Thank you so much for having me today. I'm here to talk to you about the Right to Work project. We exist to test the law and to make case law that protects every single Australian worker's rights to bodily autonomy and their right to work regardless of their medical choices. So our efforts are for your children and all Australian children, and our hope is that governments will be deterred from making draconian legislation like the COVID-19 vaccine mandates, and that employers will be empowered to reject such measures in the future. Our group formed in 2022, and we are as a response to a large number of people who are seeking help as they agonised over the decision of whether to take an experimental drug known as a COVID-19 vaccine and retain their employment and their societal privileges, or decline the vaccine, lose your societal privileges and become a pariah and get sacked. So I'd like to tell you about a lady called Jackie. Jackie's a single mother. She worked for a private training organisation, and in 2021 she worked from home and she delivered online training. So when the mandates for her industry rolled out, she had conversations with her employer, voicing her concerns and explaining to them that she'd had a previous anaphylactic reaction to influenza, and she was quite concerned about this experimental drug. So she was allowed to take annual leave while she, went through the processes of getting one of those very rare medical exemptions from the Chief Health Officer of Western Australia. So in January, on a Friday in January of 2022, Jackie was sacked by her employer while she was on annual leave. And the next business day, she received her COVID-19 medical exemption from the Chief Health Officer of the time. So Jackie contacted her employer. I've got this medical exemption that you wanted me to get. Please, would you reconsider my termination? And her employer declined and stood firm in their decision to sack her. So in July of 2022, Jackie lodged a disability discrimination complaint with the Australian Human Rights Commission. It took them 18 months, and then they terminated her complaint in around February, March of 2024. So we lodged a leave application to the Australian Federal Court in April of 2024, and on September 2024, Judge Street granted us leave to go to trial, to take Jackie's case to the Federal Court of Australia. I just want to read to you very quickly a quick summary from our lawyer. In Jackie's case, I put an argument that being unvaccinated is a disability and that Jackie was discriminated against for this disability. The court appears to have found that this argument is sufficiently arguable to allow Jackie's case to proceed. Jackie also had some medical contraindications, and I argued that these medical contraindications were also a disability and that Jackie was also discriminated against for these disabilities. And again, the court appears to have found that this argument is sufficiently arguable to allow Jackie's case to proceed. So just quickly, we haven't won anything. We've just been given permission to run a case in the federal court. So we haven't won anything, but it is a small lot of favour that a judge has granted us. So we entered 2025 and we did 2 lots of mediation, and that failed, surprisingly. So we're going to trial. We expect the trial date to happen around June of 2026. And anyone who's familiar with the legal process knows that litigation is expensive and it costs a lot of money, and every lawyer is worth their wages. Just like I don't go to work for free, they don't go to work for free either. And so we have the services of Ben Tomasi. You might remember him from the Falconer case. He was actually the originator of this argument. It's kind of his baby, and we're very, very pleased to have him execute the argument in a court for us. So I'm here today to say, please, would you consider supporting us? You can check us out on Telegram, X and Facebook. Just search the Right to Work project. I've got people in the crowd with some cards with a QR code that will send you to our GoFundMe page. And I'm asking you guys, just would you consider partnering with us for the sake of your children and yourselves, so that maybe the next time they try and roll out an experimental vaccine mandate, we will have some case law to actually say, no, you really can't do this. It's not okay. I just want to leave you with some words from an ancient prophet who tells us to do justice, to love kindness and mercy, and to walk in humility. And today I'm asking you to help us to do justice, to right the wrongs of 2021 and 2022, when thousands of people lost their jobs because they refused to participate in a great experiment of COVID vaccines that I'm quoting Greg Hunt there. So thank you so much for your time. Woo. See you.